Oh, good evening, good night, good evening, good morning. What's going on, everybody? This your boy Isaiah coming to you again from Buckles Locker. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify all new videos that's posted on this channel. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits out there for supporting this channel and support the team as we move forward in this playoff push. If you want to donate to the channel, all donations are welcome, big or small. The donation links are in the description box. Donations and super chats are highly appreciated. Let me give you some shout outs real quick before I get started. Which I thought I wasn't going to talk about this. Come on, fam. Trio G boy, what's up? Buccaneers for life. What's up, man? Damien. You know what it is, man. Chili Will, what's up, man? I ain't talked to you in a minute. I haven't seen you in a minute. I guess you've been hiding. I don't know. Fred, what's good, man? Ray P. LA tapping in. I see you, man. West Coast. Do you believe in a parallel universe, Ray? I do. Let's see if you caught that. What was that? Ernest Holly Jr. 36. I've never seen you before. Welcome to the channel. I don't remember seeing you before. Mobbing for Christ, one of the OGs right there. Johnny, what's good, man? All right. So, as people come on in, make sure you like the video. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this thing started. First of all, I want to give a shout out, a big shout out, all caps. Leonard Fournette. You showed up and you showed out. Your speech at halftime lit a fire to everybody on the team. And they played with passion. You became a leader yesterday by doing that. Sometimes it takes a moment in life to make you realize your purpose. We all go through this at some point in life. Or whether it's a life decision or a decision for the short term, midterm, or long term. The decisions you make will affect your future. And the decision that Leonard Fournette made yesterday, you feel me? You heard me? Will affect his future in a positive way. Not only for him, or as a team. It will affect the team moving forward in a positive way. It don't have to always be the same person talking. You got quiet leaders, right? People that lead by example because of the personality traits, right? Personality things. People got different type of personalities. Who would have thought Leonard Fournette will be the dude that speak up? What up, Cali Buck? Who would have thought that Leonard Fournette will be the guy that will step up to the plate with all those veterans in the locker room? JPP, Shaq Barrett, Levante, Tom Brady, Gronkowski, Mike Evans, Ali Marpet. Who would have thought? Dominican Sue. And we got Leonard Fournette, straight out of New Orleans, stepped up to the plate and said, look, I'm paraphrasing, of course, and don't quote me on this, but he basically dug into them. What up, Cardio Walker? What up? He got into the team. He was like, what y'all doing out here? And the team responded. Leonard Fournette is a silent leader that actually stepped up. What up, exclusive Garvey? He stepped up and became a leader as of yesterday. The attitude that he displayed, the way he played, the way he ran the ball very, very well. And what I've been telling y'all about him, he's the number one back. No shots at Rojo. From the time that Fournette got on the team, I told y'all this last year. Fournette is the number one back. He's the guy that needs carries to be more effective. The more carries he gets, the more effective he becomes, the more harder he is to tackle. He's improved his catching. Still a little shaky on the catching, but he's improved in that area. Still tap dances in the hole, but when he's on, he's on. Fournette just earned himself probably another contract. Now, with the Bucs, I don't know. But I'm sure he going to want to get paid. Especially if he plays like this for the next 6 games. He got one contract left. He knows it. He got one contract left. He got to cash in. He a running back at 26, 27 years old. He got one contract left. One good contract. He got to cash in. He just earned himself some money. Now, can the Bucs come up with the money to pay him? Sure. With the cost of some other players, probably. But the Bucs might want to look into possibly another 2-year deal. I mean, a 1-year, 2-year deal. Of course, you got to draft a running back because Rojo won't come back. Because you could say he wants the ball. Keyshawn Vaughn, not a fan of him. Get a running back in the draft. Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall. A Damian Pierce from Florida. But if we can get one, and Giovanni Bernard hasn't really done anything, so we really don't need him. So we can get a guy that replace him. There's some running backs coming out in the draft. Nice too, decent ones. Spiller. We pick it at the bottom of the draft, folks. One of those running backs will be there. So what Fournette showed you was an all-around game. There was no questions about him being the number one running back, right? Are we clear on that? Are we clear on Fournette as the number one running back? There is no more. Well, Ronald Jones is good. He's not good enough. There's a difference. Fournette has always been an elite talent. The question with him was injuries and his attitude. He got blackballed in Jacksonville, and he comes to Tampa on a 1-year deal. And boom, look where he at now. He's going to get another contract, folks. As long as he stay healthy and he keep playing the way he plays, he's going to get another contract. So I just wanted to give that special segment to Leonard Fournette because he's been off and on. Playoffs, he did really good last year, right? Playoff Lenny, Lombardi Lenny, playoff P, But then he had some shaky moments, catching the ball, running the ball, but he might have turned the corner. So we'll see. But anyway, I just wanted to give that whole segment to Leonard Fournette because it's been up and down with him, man. It's like I always wanted him to get more carries. I think he's better the more carries he get. This time it wasn't about bombs away. It wasn't about no risk and no biscuit. Even though we saw it a little bit in the game, a little bit. We'll get to that in a second. It was a gift and a curse. But it was an overall team effort. There is no narrative that you can create that it was about one player. This was a team effort. Because the media, the Bucs win, but it's kind of like separated. They love separating the Bucs. Oh yeah, the Bucs won, but no. It ain't that this game. You can't even spin that. The media can't. You see, the media ain't even spinning that right now. They can't spin it. Give credit where it's due. That's what this channel's about. I don't separate the team from a player. I will never do that. This was a team effort led by Leonard Fournette. I know it stings a little bit, don't it? You're not used to hearing that. Because, no. Leonard Fournette led the charge. You can spin it how you want to spin it. It ain't going to work on this channel. Give the credit where it's due. It was a team win led by Leonard Fournette. It's okay. It's okay to admit that. It's going to be a few more games like that. It's okay. Anyway, so the Bucs moved to 8-3. Right? 8-3. And as you can see on my hashtag there at the bottom of your screen there, the NFC South with the F is ours. Panthers lost. Bad. Falcons lost. I mean, the Falcons won, but even when they win, it's a loss. They're not good. And the Saints, they're horrible. Injuries. We got injuries, but we have enough to sustain those injuries. Some teams, when they get injured, they can't recover. Not enough depth. Remember, top 5 roster, we were able to sustain those injuries. And we had some pretty bad injuries. But we had the depth to sustain that. Granted, our starting quarterback didn't get hurt. Running back stayed pretty healthy. Receivers had a lot of depth there. O-line stayed healthy. D-line pretty much was intact for the most part. The depth was there. Linebackers pretty much was, straight. Well, one was gone for a couple of weeks, but we was able to maintain that. Secondary's been beat up, but with Cockrell and Delaney and Desir, we were able to, Sherman being here, we was able to, patchwork that together and stay around and win the games. That's what separates the Bucs from everybody in the NFC South. Panthers had C-Mac hurt. Falcons, Calvin Ridley, mental health issues. Get well soon, Calvin Ridley. The Saints, ravaged by injuries. Quarterback, running back, backup quarterback, right tackle, left tackle, D tackle, D ends, slot corner. I mean, just injuries all over. You can't sustain that. That's what separates us from everybody else in the South. We got the best roster. And we are the most healthiest or the most intact at key positions. So we're 8-3, and the NFC South is ours. Now, let's dig into the game a little bit, and I'll turn it over to the powers and C-bands, and I want to hear what you guys got to say. So the game overall, it was a tale of two halves, heads and tails, right? The Bucs came out flat, and we've seen this before in multiple games this season. They come out flat in the first half, or they come out flat in the second half, or they flat in the third quarter, they flat in the second quarter. Started out shaky. Everybody was worried. I seen the chat room. Everybody was worried. Oh, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? And the Bucs ain't playing right. And what's going on with the secondary? And what did I do? I made my comments, but I told y'all, we good. We still gonna win because of Carson Wentz. Not saying the Colts lost because of Carson Wentz. I just knew that he was not going to be able to come through in the times that it mattered. And I'll get to that moment in a second. But the first half, the Bucs was kind of like sleepwalking. Granted, the Colts are not a bad team. They're not a great team. They're not an upper echelon team. They're right in the middle of the pack. But what makes this victory so sweet, it was on the road in the circumstances at the time when the game changed. The Colts scored before half, 24-14. They got the ball. Started the third quarter. After what the heck was that first half? Offense wasn't looking too good. What did I tell y'all how teams are going to play us? What did I tell y'all how teams are going to play the Bucs offensively and defensively? If you were listening, when defenses go against the Bucs are going to have to earn these touchdowns by working the ball down the field, by running the ball. 7-man fronts, sometimes 6. The opportunity to run the ball is going to be there for the next 6 games. Don't be surprised when the Leonard Fournette get 1,000 yards. The opportunities will be there to run the ball because teams are going to play us just like the Washington football team, like the Colts. They're going to play us just like that. 2 safeties high, you got to work your way down the field. So the numbers from Tom Brady would not always be great for the next 6 games. So that 5,000 yard thing, I don't think that's going to happen. Just based on how teams are going to play us. They look, if the Bucs going to beat us running the ball, they'll deal with that. But they will not let Tom Brady do it. Don't get me wrong. Brady going to have good passing numbers as far as completion percentage. His attempt still going to be, we'll get to that in a second. His attempt still going to be there, but it's going to be a lot more efficient, a lot less big plays. And look at the last few weeks. Go look at the big plays. The big plays ain't really there. But the drives are getting longer. More plays, more surgical down the field. Death by 1,000 cuts. Remember New England's offense? And I hate to reference that, but I don't say hate, but I don't like to reference New England's offense, but this is what we're seeing. Every now and then, seam route to Gronkowski. All right. Simple. Because teams are going to play too high shell coverage. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin wasn't even a factor. But guess what? The middle of the field was a factor. Gronkowski had a lot of catches. Cameron Brate had a lot of catches. Fournette had 4. Mike Evans wasn't a factor. Chris Godwin wasn't a factor. So the Bucs can beat you without even going to the receivers like that. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and take the receivers out of the game. Guess what? Touchdown. Mike Evans didn't even get a catch. I know. We got a touchdown, though. See, sometimes you got to relax with the stats. See, a lot of y'all are stat heads. Oh, we got to get all these stats and 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. And I've seen it. Mike Evans, three receivers over 1,000 yards. I've seen it. It ain't even about that. It's about one objective. Get the victory. I don't care about your fantasy stats. I don't care about none of that. Get the dub. Win the division. Oh, yeah, the Bucs going to get 3 receivers over 1,000 yards. Brady going to get 55 touchdowns. No. Stop it. You're putting your selfish narrative in front of the team. We're on a mission right now. It's to get back to Super Bowl. It's not Super Bowl or bust, but that's the mission. Anything less than a Super Bowl is a failure. Now I'm gonna stand on that. Like I said it last year. Anything less than a Super Bowl is a failure. With this team, this is the expectations. Yeah, get to the playoffs. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Super Bowl. That's what it is. It's only one winner. So there is no second place, third place, fourth place. No. When the Bucs finished 14-3 in the regular season, did you win the Super Bowl? No. All right, man. That's what it is. So this game was important for numerous of reasons. The psyche of the Bucs was on the table. That win probably turned the rest of the season around for the Bucs. And the Bucs were on the shaky. They were shaky in some games. The last few games, they were shaky. The Giants was horrible. Washington football team, the Saints. A little shaky, right? Got the dub against the Giants. Feel good. Shot in the arm. Oh, we got a dub. All right, we back. No, you're not back yet. But the Colts victory got you almost there. Got to clean up some things. But we getting it. I told y'all. At the beginning of the season, the first quarter and the second quarter, I was like, all right, wait, we'll get it together. We'll start getting healthy again. We'll start getting together. Oh, come on. You was mad over the Saints loss. You was mad over the Washington football team loss. No, man, we're going to be okay. The Colts game was a big game. It was a great victory. To me, it was the best victory in the game. Best victory of the season because of the circumstances. That was the best victory I've seen from the Bucs. Even though they gave up 31 points. It's not even about the points. It's about how they won the game on the road against a decent team. And when I say decent, middle of the pack. A shot in the arm of confidence is what the Bucs needed. Beating a solid team is what the Bucs needed. Frank Wright is a decent coach. Colts is a decent team. But the one thing they forgot who they really are. They thought they was a passing team and they played right into the Bucs' hands. And what I mean by that is, key moment of the game, the Colts going down in the third quarter. Y'all remember? Third quarter. And to me, if Shaq Barrett don't get that strip sack, forced fumble, the Colts were going to score again. Field goal or touchdown. And that would have really changed the game. I'm telling y'all. Go look at that drive. The opening drive. I'm telling you, the Colts were going down to score. It was a foregone conclusion. The Bucs defense had no answers. And the Colts got too cute with Carson Wentz. Let's keep dropping back. Play right. And the Bucs, to me, in my eyes, that was the game plan that Todd Bowles had for that game. Oh, we're going to stop Jonathan Taylor, but we're going to make you, Carson Wentz, we're going to make you the guy to not mess up. Carson Wentz could not sustain 4 quarters of good play. Couldn't do it. He don't have it. Some quarterbacks got it. Carson Wentz don't. Derek Carr, Carson Wentz, Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford. They're all the same. Jared Goff. They're all the same. Teddy Bridgewater. Sam Darnold. When the going get tough, they tend to fold. They don't have that get behind me team or follow my energy. They give off bad energy. Carson Wentz is not a 4-quarter quarterback. He needs the running game. And the Colts forgot about that. Jimmy G's another one. Yep, Jimmy G. They're all the same. Look, go watch these guys play. They all the same. All of them. They all the same. The Colts, Frank Wright thought he can put the game in Carson Wentz's hands. Oh, you going to take Jonathan Taylor away? All right. Nope. That was the game plan that Todd Bowles had the whole entire time. He was willing to give up points. But he knew he had to. Look how the game was set up. He had to figure this. He had to know at some point Carson Wentz is going to cough up some turnovers. And then right on cue. Because if Shaq Barrett don't get that strip sack, we're looking at 27-14 or 31-14. Hands down. I'll put money on that. Because the drive was getting ugly, folks. They was about to break the Bucs back. Because they was moving the ball efficiently. Frank Wright had it. Every play call, he was one step ahead of Todd Bowles. And what Todd Bowles was game planning for is at some point we'll get to him. Be patient. At some point we'll get to him. Fumble, interception. We'll get to him. And it worked. In the third quarter, that turnover changed the complexion of the game. It went from 24-14 to all of a sudden, well, golly, 31-24. Just like that. Outscored the Colts 24-7 in the second half. Starting with that turnover. Granted, on offense, there were some key moments some conversions that we got away with. I will say that. Like I said, it was not a perfect game, but it was a game that the Bucs needed to win. Like that. There was a couple of throws. I was like, okay, what was that about? Fournette was still tap dancing a little bit. Like, what you doing? Hit the hole. Couple third down throws. Was like, what? Even a couple third down catches that shouldn't have been a first down. The Gronkowski third down catch, that was a 4-yard gain. Key first down. Actually, 2 of them. Two key third down conversions. Gronkowski. First down. But the biggest one to me on offense was the 3rd and 8. I think it was 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. It was a 4-yard completion. If the Colts make the tackle, the Bucs punt. The Colts then make the tackle. Gronkowski gets an extra 4 yards. First down. The Bucs go on and score in that drive. Remember what I told y'all? If the Colts, when the Bucs scored, I said if the Colts don't get the ball and score the game time, it's game time. And right on cue, I was right. Went from 24 to 21, 24-28, 31-24. Game time. And you gave the ball back to Brady. In the Bucs offense. A penny for your thoughts. I'm not finna beat you down the field. I'm gonna beat you right here in the middle of the field. And what I'm gonna keep telling y'all this: the Bucs offense is not hard to figure out. It's not, and the Colts don't have the dogs to figure it out. Matt Ebers, the defensive coordinator of the Colts, solid guy. The Colts need more dogs. The Bucs offense is not hard. It's really a scaled back version of it's really like 60-40 New England style, Brady style New England, and 40% no risky, no biscuit. Sometimes it's a lot of New England style. A lot of throws in the middle of the field. Nothing complex about it. The Bucs offense is very easy to figure out. They go into the middle of the field. Seam route to Gronkowski. Break. And a deep ball to Scotty Miller. Won a game. To me, it looks like Byron Leftwich has simplified the offense. And it was more balanced too. Which I always said that. It don't have to be 40 throws, 45 throws, 300 yards, 350 yards, 400 yards. My stats tell me right here. I'll give it to you in a second. Hold on. $34 attempts passing. Yep. Breaking news, folks. Breaking news for those of you that follow football, NFL, and college. Brian Kelly is going to LSU. Brian Kelly is going to LSU. Wow. Brian Kelly. Wow. That's a shocker. Leaving Notre Dame to go to LSU. That's a big hire. That's a big time hire. LSU swung for the fences. Wow. Lincoln Riley went to USC, and LSU said, you know what? Look, money talks. Money talk. I'm sorry, folks. I just hit my phone. Money talks. At the end of the day, money talks. But anyway, back to the game. Passing wise, 25 for 34, 226 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not great numbers. Efficient, though. Yards per completion, not there. Efficient. The Bucs ran the ball 27 times, 34 passing attempts. Almost 50-50, right? You see how that works? I know y'all want to see the stats and the highlights and the bombs away and the touchdowns and the 3,000-yard receivers. But the underlying message is get the dub. Get the victory. 34 attempts passing, 27 rushes. Fournette had 17 carries. 5.9 yards a carry. Ronald Jones, 7 carries, 37 yards, 5.3 yards per carry, and a touchdown. Can't beat that. 24 carries, 137 yards between the two running backs. Balanced game plan. The Colts, they didn't know what to do. So what the Colts did, the Colts said, you know, we're going to take away Mike Evans. Mike Evans. My guy. Always going to be my guy. Yeah, I'm a little harder than him too. That's just because I like him, you know. I like messing with him. 3 catches for 16 yards. Chris Godwin, 4 catches for 24 yards. So between the two, 7 catches for 7 catches for 40 yards. If you would have thought that we would win a game with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, between the two of them, have 7 catches for 50 yards, no touchdowns, do you think we would win that game? They were non-factors, and we still put up 38 points. But Gronkowski, Fournette had 14 catches, 154 yards between the two of them. What was Brady's go-to thing in New England? Does anybody? Let me give this question out here before I turn it over to you guys. Because enough about me talking. What did Brady like to do in New England? What did Brady like to do in New England? What did he like? What was he comfortable with? I just dropped some numbers for y'all. Did y'all peep that? Did y'all catch that gem? Go back. What was Brady's favorite thing on offense to do when it comes to passing the ball? I'll help you out. Running backs, tight ends. That's when he throws the ball to. And that's exactly what he's doing. Exactly what he did in New England for all those years, outside of a couple years of bombs away in New England and Randy Moss and stuff like that. But that's exactly what he's doing. He's literally doing the exact same thing. So for those of you that keep screaming, no risky, no biscuit, not the same offense. It will never be the same offense with Brady. No quarterback in the NFL can run the no risky, no biscuit effectively. It's proven. Well, Carson Palmer had a good year, second year. But the no risky, no biscuit is not a recipe for winning football. It was a reason why the offense changed the last part of the season last year. It changed in the playoffs. it really changed this season. Like we really are seeing we are seeing the full gumbo mix of timely, no risky, no biscuit, and a lot of New England style. I told y'all, man. How can you be effective when you're slinging the ball around all the time? At some point of the season, it's too much tape on you to keep doing that. You're going to get a lot of sacks, a lot of interceptions, a lot of turnovers, a lot of quarterback hits. That is not winning football. And Brady was like, no, let me run it my way. Folks, you got to understand football. 7 catches for Gronkowski, 121 yards, 123 yards, 17 yards a catch. Leonard Fournette, 7 catches for 31 yards. That don't look familiar for y'all? That don't look familiar? And you New England fans know exactly what I'm talking about. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. That's exactly what Brady's doing right now. Copy and pasting. Hey, guys, this is how we're going to win for the next 6 games. Don't be surprised we don't see all the flashy plays no more for a while. We'll get a couple timely throws down the field. But don't be surprised. Oh, that 5,500 yard stuff ain't happening. What, 50 touchdowns? 55 touchdowns? No. He'll probably break some more records, obviously. But, folks, it ain't always about passing. I know you want to see your guy get all the yards and passing touchdowns. I get it, especially New England fans. But you got to relax. It's about winning. It's not about your guy. This is about the Bucs. Team first. Individual second. That's just the way it goes in sports, especially team sports. All the greats will tell you, I had great teammates. But see, you fans, you focus on one player. I'm going to cut you down. I'm going to make you believe it's a team game. There is no such thing as an individual winning a game and losing a game. I'm going to get you. And one day you're going to be like, Bucco's locker? You were right. Football is a team sport. Anyway, now we're in the third quarter right now on this channel. Third half of the third part of the segment here on Locker Room Talk. Let's bring in some Powers and Sea Bandits. I want to hear what you guys got to say. I kind of touched on everything. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot. Everything wasn't all good. But I got to point this out. I'm going to give a shout out to DSG Carlos. Bucs special teams. Holy crap. Bucs special team unit. What did I tell y'all about the kickoff return coverage unit and the punt return coverage? What did I tell you about them? What did I tell y'all about that horrible unit? That is the worst part of the team. The Bucs special teams is the punt return coverage, punt return, kickoff return coverage, and kickoff return is the worst part of the team. They almost gave a touchdown. My God, are you kidding me? Rodgers almost wasn't for Mike Evans. And shout out to Mike Edwards. Shout out to Mike Edwards. Always around the ball, making timely tackles and doing his thing. Shouts out to Antoine Winfield Jr. too. But the Bucs return units just don't offer anything. They're horrible. Y'all know me. I don't hold anything back. I am not a fan of Keith Armstrong. Keith Armstrong is not a good special teams coach. I don't care what y'all gotta tell me. You can't convince me. And I'm gonna tell you all caps. I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna say it like I'm typing it. All caps. Keith Armstrong is not a good special teams coach. He does not offer anything in the return units and the coverage units. He is one of the worst in the NFL and special teams. Bradley Pinion, Ryan Suckup doing a great job. But those return units, coverage units, that dude almost ran the kickoff back. You can't let that happen. Can you imagine if he would have scored? Look, if he would have scored that, we probably lost that game. That would have been ugly. That would have been an ugly loss. And I brought this up for years on this channel, and only a very few of us paid attention to this. You tap danced around it. You pointed the finger one way. You ignored the special teams unit. Oh, no. I'm going to repeat. The Bucs had one of the worst special team units. 2009 to 2020, 2009 to 2019. And nobody wanted to talk about it. Everybody tap danced around it because the focus was not on that. It was, but no. Our special teams always been bad, and people never wanted to talk about it because it wasn't a narrative. It wasn't part of the narrative that was being driven. The Tampa local media didn't want to talk about it. The national media didn't want to talk about it. I probably was the only Bucs channel talking about how bad the special teams was because I didn't fit the narrative. So they ignored Buckles Locker because I don't fit the narrative. I didn't follow. I wasn't part of the good old boy gang. I didn't follow the narrative. I stood over here by myself for years. Since this channel started, I stood over there by myself and said, "Hey, special teams unit, what's going on?" Oh, no, I ain't special teams. Nah. I told you on this channel, I'm the realest channel, Bucs channel out there. You tap dance around the special teams, but Buckles Locker never done that. I never done that. I always included that part of the game when I talk about the Bucs. But a lot of you local Bucs media and these channels out here, you ignored it. You tap danced around it because you were trying to follow the good old boy gang, the narrative. Did you not see that? Almost return the touchdown. Oh, well, we got the win. I don't care. Look, that cannot happen. That special teams unit has been underwhelming. I'm not talking about the kicking part of it. I'm talking about the return units. It's been underwhelming. And nobody want to talk about it but me. Why is that? Why are you other channels not talking about Keith Armstrong? Why have the Bucs have historically one of the worst special teams units in the NFL for the last 10 years? Did you know we was tied with the Chargers for the most missed kicks in a 10-year span? Only up until last season was our first decent year of kicking. 10 years of bad kickers. Tied for the most missed kicks with the San Diego Chargers, or the Los Angeles Chargers, 30 or 34 missed kicks. Field goals and extra points. Cost us games. Nobody want to talk about it. Oh, special teams units. Can't cover nobody. Can't block nobody. Can't get a return out of you guys. Can't get a 50-yard return. Can't cover punts well. Can't cover kickoffs well. Give up the most yards and kickoff returns and punt return. Like, what's going on here? Yesterday, almost gave the game right back to the Colts, or not gave it back, but the Colts almost tied the game up. Look, when the special teams, when your name get called, or when your unit get called, special teams unit, punt return, kick return, you are a part of the team. You play a factor in wins and losses, whether you want to believe it or not. But that stuff matters. The little things. We might not make a big. We might not put a lot of spotlight on it outside of me. But punt return, kick return units play a role. Those hidden yards, I call them. Field position. Opponent's field position. Hidden yards matter, folks. Can't do that. I'm very tough on the special teams. I'm very tough on them. I expect it much better. Defense playing well, offensively we playing well, more balanced. That special teams gotta pick up. Specifically, the return units and coverage units. Gotta pick it up. Up your game. Keep Armstrong. Do your job. I'm gonna tell you right now, if Rodgers would have scored that touchdown, I would have had a whole segment about that. 15 minutes on Keith Armstrong. I'm not letting him ride, man. One of the worst. I got PTSD when it comes to the Bucs special teams. Do you understand? I got PTSD when it comes to the Bucs special teams. I'm a lot more calmer now because Ryan Succop is making kicks, so the remedy. He's making kicks, so I can breathe now. I'm not sitting on the edge of my seat when Ryan Succop kicked. Ryan Succop has helped my PTSD when it comes to the Bucs special teams. Because every time I seen a kicker go up there and kick, I was panicking. I was sweating. I was like, oh my gosh. I did. I'm being funny right now, but I almost fell out when I seen Matt Gay miss the game-winning kick against the Giants. Almost ran on that field, and they would have had to send me to the hospital. I've recovered. I went into recovery. Ryan Succop, thank you. I'm recovered now. I don't trip when he about to kick. I got PTSD. I had it. So Ryan Succop has missed what, 1 or 2 kicks this year, a couple kicks, but I wasn't tripping about it. I was like, all right, we're good. So when I seen that return by Rodgers in the Colts game, I almost had a relapse. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why? Almost had a relapse when I seen Rodgers go up to the left sideline, running down the sideline. I was like, if he would have scored that touchdown, I would have had a relapse. All the good stuff that Ryan Succop done, Bradley Pinion, I would have just disregarded all that because of that return yesterday. Bucs special teams, you can't do me like that. Ryan Succop has helped me recover from PTSD, Bucs special teams, PTSD. I had mental health issues, folks, when it comes to the Bucs special teams. I'm serious. Juicy Smouye. I'm serious. Ryan Succop has helped me a lot. I don't need kickoff return coverage units messing it up. Keep Armstrong. Tighten up. Before I call Bruce Arians and be like, let me get that job. I can do a better job than that. Special teams. Man. Anyway, enough of that. We got about 15, 20 minutes left. So let's bring on some of you Powers and C-Bandits. I'm sorry, I went on a tangent, folks. I had a flashback, folks. That the Bucs special teams unit has given me trouble over the years. You got to understand where I'm coming from. 34 missed kicks, punt return units, kick return units. They just get on my nerve, man. Like, cost us some games, man. Nobody want to talk about it though, because it's not part of the narrative. Anyway, well, I would never be a part of the good old boy gang, the local Bucs media, or the national media narratives. That's what makes me separate. That's what makes me different from a lot of Bucs channels, local Tampa media, and national Tampa media. And all of them. They would stick to a story and make you believe it, but I would never believe it. Nope. I do my own research. D YOR. Do your own research. Anyway, the locker room is open now. I'm done talking. We got a little time left to play with, so let's hear what you guys got to say. I need a radio show. I need like what's that? 98.7. Wow, 98.7. What's the Bucs radio channel? FM was it FM 10. See up here is 102 or 92.1. But I need to get on the radio. I really do. I need to get on the radio. Have my own like hour segment for ESPN too. I'll be a good one. What's going on, Aubrey, man? What it is? What this is? Word on the street.
Yeah. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey, man.
Stressed out. Hello, TT.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm trying to. I went off on a tangent, man, because of that special teams unit, man. It's like, oh boy.
I'm gonna make it quick. I ain't got that much battery life. I ain't home. Let's see here. Yeah. The last time I was on trying to get on live talk to you, mm-hmm. Your live went down, and I missed the last couple. I probably was next in queue. I was gonna bring up something. Mm-hmm. Culture. The culture of the Bucs. Has it changed? I thought it changed. I thought Bruce coming in, JPP got rid of Jerry McCoy. I like Jerry McCoy. Don't get me wrong, but I thought we needed a change in culture. Mm-hmm. But it seems like consistent. It's consistent that we shaky in the biggest games. I mean, the playoff run. I ain't gonna call it a fluke, but it that was maybe the Tom Brady effect. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. This year we shaky here. I don't feel confident going in a lot of these games as a fan.
Oh,
you feel what I'm saying? Like, because what I've seen before and patterns. It seemed like the same patterns keep happening. Mm-hmm. So I'm not 100% confident. Like, I'm 100% when I'm watching other games. I'm like, okay, we know the Patriots. They gonna figure it out. And what are they doing now? Figuring it out.
Yep.
Figuring it out. The Ravens. Okay, they're gonna be right there in the mix. They're gonna make some plays. They're gonna be in contentions. But that's their culture. Right. Even the Pittsburgh, they might not have a winning season this year, but that's gonna be the first time in how long?
Ooh, long time.
Their culture. I just thought the culture would have already changed by now. And that's all I really got to say, man. I really wanted, maybe you can do a whole video about it.
Okay.
But, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there.
That's a long history of bad culture with the Bucs, man.
And it's that the same mistakes keep rearing its ugly head. Same mistakes.
You know where that starts from? That starts, like any business being ran, right?
At the
ultimate responsible person of a business.
Mm-hmm. At the top. The Glazers. I mean, and far as the game go, the coach said it just ran the ball.
Boy, I'm surprised they didn't feature Jonathan Taylor more.
That
dude. You see, when the fourth quarter, it was so easy.
That one drive,
and everybody knew he was getting the ball. Everybody knew
down the field.
But see, the Colts got too cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like Hines. They
didn't use him.
No,
they didn't use him.
Maybe they gift wrapped us the game almost. But I ain't gonna say that. I wouldn't say that. But
look, it is what it is. We got the dub. We out of there.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. Maybe you can, in your free time, think about the culture thing. But yeah, it's.
I got you. I'll look into that.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that, man.
Oh yeah.
See, folks, he brought up something that people don't really bring up on this channel: culture. The culture for the Bucs has been bad for a long time. Just last year, it was a change. Brought in some veterans, some established veterans. Culture is kind of changing a little bit. Now, we still get the penalties and the dumb mistakes, but you can see it's turning over. The question is can we sustain that culture post AB, Gronkowski, Sue, Brady, JPP. Can we sustain that? So we're gonna dive into that as the season rolls on. We'll touch on it a little bit, but in the all season, I'm gonna really talk about the culture. Can we sustain this 5, 7, 10 years? So that's a good topic. I'm gonna keep it in the back of my pocket. Appreciate that, Aubrey. I'm definitely gonna touch up on that. Yeah, definitely got to touch up on that. Who we got next? What the business is. Word on the street.
What's up, man? Hey, I thought you scared me for a second, man. I thought you was gonna leave out that special teams play at the end of the game because I was like, man, how he gonna overlook that?
No.
But hey, I literally got up to get my son something to drink, and I came back and I just saw the kickoff, saw him bring it out. Like, okay, he had the 20, he had the 30. Wait a minute, when he broke the 35, like I literally cussed out loud in front of my son, and I was just like, what are y'all doing? Stay in your lane. But like I said, this was a good win. But like you said, I want to touch on two things. Like you said, this more game. Belichick said it best. More games in the NFL are lost than won. And the reason I say that is because you had arguably the hottest player coming into this week, and you didn't even feature him hardly in the game. It wasn't the fact that they didn't give it, because let me throw this at you. In the first half, they ran the ball like 12 times for like 26 yards. Taylor didn't even have half the carries. He only had 5 carries. That's what was shocking about it. Then when they started featuring him, I'm like, bro, it's too late. Because when they tied the game up, I was just like, y'all left too much time on the clock. You know that Brady finna work his magic. Like, they either going to bleed the whole clock or we just going to score a touchdown.
Right.
So I knew that. And like I said, it's a coach believing in, well, my play calling is work. I'm like, dude, you can't beat conditional football wisdom. You know what I mean? Like, if logic says run it. Why not do that? I mean, that's basically what Brady told BA. Hey, we got to cut out all this no biscuit, no risk it stuff. And like I said, if Shaq Barrett didn't have that game-changing strip sack, we would have saw that no biscuit, no risk it. And I think Brady would have ended up with another turnover. Now, is it just me? But his turnovers as of lately are throws that we're not accustomed to seeing him make. Because think about that interception he threw to Scotty Miller. That's normally a throw he doesn't throw. Like how the DB just turned, like the ball was all out of whack. And I was just like, okay, well, you just throwing that up, hoping for a PI call? Because that's basically what they used Scotty Miller for yesterday. Hey, run deep.
So it was two throws to Scotty Miller. Two throws. One was a PI and one was an interception. So I think that's the point. I think that's the point. When the percentages, we can hit one of them. You know, just throw it over there. Throw it over there. We can hit one of them.
Yeah, you can, but I think it'll be more in tune if it was to Evans or Godwin. Even though they were non-factors, I got to take my hat off to Gronk. I mean, he looked slow yesterday, but that dude, he came through in the clutch. I was just like, man. But I'll say this. I know you said running backs and tight ends in New England. Imagine this. Just think about that 2010 season, because I say, regardless of the stats, that was Brady's hands-down best year. Look at the 3 tight ends he had that year. Algie Crumpler, Gronk as a rookie, and Hernandez. And think about the numbers they put up in that 2-year span.
Ooh, astronomical numbers. It was crazy. The NFL followed that. Like, everybody went to the 2 tight end thing.
Okay, and look what you had last year and this year. Brady, Gronk, Howard. I understand Howard got injured.
Number 80.
Okay. Oh, we talk. Okay, I got you. 8-0. I ain't gonna even give him 80. 8-0. I was thinking that was gonna be some of the look with the offense. But yesterday I was really glad with the balance that I saw yesterday on the offense. What you pointed out, that was something we haven't seen in a while. A good balance, and it was just like 7 play difference, 34 to 27 runs. So it's like a 7 play differential. So I want to see more of that. Now, as far as the big plays, we got Atlanta coming up this week, and Godwin is known to go off in Atlanta. And that I'm expecting that to be a big day and the running game to really take over. That's what I'm really looking at. But I'm not looking at his stats. I just want them to walk out of Atlanta with another victory, get the ninth victory of the year. Is what I'm looking at. But I want them to just be able to go in there and, hey, if we get up, let's keep it going. We can. I ain't gonna say cruise, but we put our foot on their throat. Be done with it. Keep it on there. Don't give them no hope or no life. But I did like what I saw the other day, being down by 10. But I still got to go back to this is the secondary. I understand we got injuries, but my question to you is, and we've talked about it in prior, Winfield, he can get to the ball and he can tackle. But the true question is, can he really, really cover? Like, we've questioned that a few times. And he made a heck of a play, but that goes back to what you were saying yesterday, is Carson Wentz. Because when you look at that play we had to pick, he had him beat pretty bad. All he had to do was throw it to the pylon. That's all he had to do.
It was a bad throw.
Yeah, and I'm just like, all you had to do is throw it out in front of him and let him run under it. He had him beat.
I'm a receiver. If he behind me, he beat.
Yeah.
I know that. That's why I said it. I was like, if he threw it to the pylon,
that would have been 7. Now, it is like I said, I'm still kind of shaky with the secondary. I mean, I understand we got a lot of guys banged up, but I still stand by that. We don't have that one dog, like that speed guy, just a dog like that can take away the field. I mean, they all can cover straight, but like I said, like Sean Murphy Bunting, when he played yesterday, he didn't trust his technique, because as soon as he got beat, they went at him the rest of the game, and he was playing scared. Like, when the guy beat him off the line, he was playing off. But I was just like, dude, if you know you man and he knows he's probably going to run deep, bail out. Like, you ain't got to press him at the line unless that's called for. You can bail out just so he can't outrun you. So just little things like that. That's what's kind of concerning me. It's still the secondary. I mean, I think Sherman could be used as a veteran presence, but I don't expect much more from him, because, tell you the truth, when Carlton Davis come back and Jamel Dean get healthy and all three of those back, would it not surprise anyone if they let Sherman go? Or would they still keep him around just for veteran presence? So
he's getting paid for that.
Okay. So that's my 2 cents. I thought Fournette played well. I would like to see a game where he get like 20 plus carries. Like, what's the harm in doing that? I understand you bring Rojo in some, like, to change the pace a little bit. I do think Fournette is the better runner inside, but I mean, I can't take away the fact Rojo do got a nice burst when he does hit the hole. He has that burst. Yeah, you can clearly see that. So I think if they can figure out a way to make that a 1-2 punch, I think that can be very deadly this back end of the season and going into the playoffs. If we can get the running game very, very sufficient and going at a good level going in for the rest of the season and heading into the playoffs. And like I said, just take it week by week. We'll work our way up the rankings 1 week at a time. Is the way I see it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but other than that, I'm 100% with you with that special teams coordinator. Like, I got a homeboy. He's a big Falcon fan, and he hated that man. So it's a proven fact he's not a good special teams coach. So it's a wonder he even got the job when BA came in. Because he was just saying, y'all hired that dude. Because I remember he was joking with me about that hire. Like, Atlanta special teams were terrible at the time, so we go hire this guy. So I mean, that is definitely something that people do not harp on is special teams, and that's part of the game. The game is in 3 phases, and that's a very big phase of the game which people don't give enough credit to, because that one special teams play or 2, that can be the difference in a win or a loss right there. Mm-hmm. Like you said, that kick return 70 yards. Thank God Mike Edwards was there, because if he would have took that back, I don't know what to say, man. But we fought adversity yesterday. I thought that was pretty good. Well, I wouldn't say it's adversity because of the simple fact. I mean, I got to say it was Carson Wentz. But the fact that they were up by 10 and they thought they had something going, but it happened right on time. Carson Wentz did Carson Wentz things. So, but
Yeah.
moving forward, we're gonna see how it goes.
For sure.
Would it surprise me if Atlanta played them tough Sunday? That would not surprise me just because it's a divisional game. That would surprise me.
I'm gonna talk about that Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Funny game. Yeah. That'll be a funny one.
I wouldn't say funny, but I can say they'll play us tough to start the game, so it wouldn't surprise me. But other than that, that's my 2 cents for this week, man.
Appreciate it, Big Buck, man.
And no doubt, man. Y'all take it easy.
Salute to you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, gotta tighten up, man. Who we got next? We got Corey from Nashville, and then we got You Wish. I know he jumped out for a second, he jumped back in. So, Corey, what up?
No,
man?
What's up, man? I'm still here.
What the business is, man? Word on the street.
Chilling, man. We'll talk a little bit about the Colts game. You guys were hitting on 2 callers ago, and you might have mentioned it earlier too. When you was talking about culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday's game was a proof of our change of culture. I'm not saying we're on that 180 change of culture, but you see it changing.
Mm-hmm.
And it started back with the Washington football team game. We gave up a 19-play drive.
Oh, that was hard.
And we immediately responded. And I know it was the Giants, but hey, they were coming off. I think they won before they went on their bye week, and they were coming off their bye week, and we made them look like Daniel Jones was their led team. The defense came out with a point of emphasis on playing defense, and it's not like Daniel Jones' career numbers are against us, if I'm not mistaken. His best game of his career.
Well, I was at the game. I was there. Don't remind me.
So, I mean, it's still an NFL quarterback. NFL team had a bye week. They still came in, and we looked like how we were supposed to look defensively. Mm-hmm. Offensively, we left a little to be desired, but quite frankly, sometimes, man, I honestly believe that's by design. It sounds stupid, I know, but we be leaving a lot in the cupboard offensively. And then we fast forward to the Colts game, and we're down 10. The game had all the makings of the Rams game and the Washington football team game, all the makings of that game. So much so at halftime, I was like, man, I don't even want to do this to myself. So, yeah, man, we just weren't playing good football in that second quarter. The first quarter was okay, not from the special teams and offense standpoint, but the defense was playing really well in the first quarter. Mm-hmm. So, I just think that was for me, that was an encouraging win because it also showed we can win a different style of game offensively. Mm-hmm. I was very encouraged by our running game. Ronald Jones and his limited carries, he's played well, in my opinion, because he runs with a little bit more oomph than Fournette's a little more. Let me pick the hole, and then when he get it, he does hit it. He shows you that 4.4 speed when he finds the hole, but he dances too much. Rojo don't need a lot of space, and he can get there, and then he starts to show you that 4.3 speed and his power, which I think is underrated. Ronald Jones' power is underrated.
Let me stop it right there. Hold on. Let me stop right there. I think I'm gonna say this right quick. It wouldn't surprise me. Ronald Jones end up being like this dude on another team. Would not surprise me.
I would agree. I mean, I think this year more than ever he's kind of showing it. But one thing about NFL, pro sports in general, they break down every aspect of the game from a position standpoint and say what you're supposed to be not good but great at. And let's be honest, if Ronald Jones is in the game, we're probably not passing the ball. Mm-hmm. And that's a telltale to teams because they know his pass blocking is iffy. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like they kind of give a hint to what play we're calling if Ronald Jones is in the game. They're like, oh, well, they're running the ball. or they doing something quick, or they throwing a shot. They throwing a bomb play. Like when we threw the ball when Ronald Jones was in the game, it was an interception to Scotty Miller.
Oh,
because he's not going through reads when Ronald Jones is in the game because he doesn't trust Ronald Jones pass blocking. So
good catch. Good catch.
Yeah, man. So I kind of noticed that. Also with Gronk and Tom Brady. Tom Brady kind of annoys me sometimes, and Byron Leftwich is a part of this. Gronkowski did not run tight end routes yesterday. He ran the same type of routes that they could have had Mike Evans or Chris Godwin run. And I get Godwin fumbled early in the game, and I think Mike Evans he wasn't looking at the ball or something like that when he was on that crosser. So I understand that, but Gronk ran a damn wheel route and a damn seam route. Okay, I'm like, he caught the ball. It was great plays both times. The screen play I like because it takes more than one man to tackle him. So and Godwin and Evans blocked really, really well on that play. But I'm looking at the route concepts that he has for Gronk, and I'm just like, I just feel like Mike Evans could have ran that seam route, or I feel like Chris Godwin could have ran that wheel route. I just like, why aren't we scheming those guys better? I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the last 3 games since the Saints game, because the Saints have a good pass defense, and Chris Godwin and Mike Evans were eating them up. I know because I have Chris Godwin on my fantasy team, and Mike Evans was eating the whole game, and it's just like
he was open.
He was open a lot. And this is what I try to tell you know, your non-objective, the people that don't watch the Bucs. And Mike Evans don't win on routes. I'm like, you need to go back and watch all 22. Mike Evans, for whatever reasons, is not Tom Brady's first read.
No, he's not the second either. He's not a second either.
Right. And you go back to the Washington football team game, man, he had a touchdown when Mike Evans wide open. And he checked down to Leonard Fournette. And it's just a weird dynamic. I don't want to overreact to it because both of them are still probably going to get 1,000 yards, and Mike Evans is tied with Cooper Kupp for receiving TD. So I don't want to put too much stock in that, but I just want to point that out. It's just annoying.
He says annoying.
It's just annoying.
Well, you got to think about it. Playing with Gronkowski for all those years, he trusts him more than anybody on that team. And when AB's on the field, think about this: when the Bucs are fully healthy, Evans is like the third or fourth option.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's unfortunate. As good as he is, it's just he's not the type of guy that Brady's going to consistently throw the ball to, because he's not a in the middle of the field great route runner. He doesn't get a lot of separation. So that's a known fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. So Brady, you don't trust him all the way. It's clear to see that. Even in all 22, you can see it. Like, when he's open, it's like I can't give it to him. Like damn, like what's really going on there? Don't get me wrong,
Evans be out there getting cardio. He'd be out there getting cardio.
He's getting catches, he's getting touchdowns, but I can see where you're going at with that dynamic. It just some games is like, dang, dude, like 2 catches, 3 catches, like what's going on right there? Like,
and the reason why I don't want to overreact to it because a lot of those games we damn won.
Right.
Like it's so weird, but also I missed my last point. Leonard Fournette. I have to go back and look at it, but I'm off the top of my head, I can't think of a better NFC running back right now. Like, he's going to end up with 70 catches and maybe over 1,200 yards from the line of scrimmage and over 10 touchdowns. He might be like the first running back for Pro Bowl in the NFC. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who would. I can't think of any running back that would be there.
See, the thing about a Pro Bowl, it'd be like popularity votes, like Aaron Jones will get in there. You know.
Yeah, but he's quietly put together a very, very solid season. And last year, it's so funny watching that because teams were able to run like 2 safeties on us because we wanted to take deep plays, risk it, no biscuit. Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to be so hard to defend us down the stretch now, especially with AB hopefully coming back soon, because we are okay with handing the ball off. I think Leonard Fournette, 17 carries, 100 yards. I mean, if he gets 25 carries, we talking about $140 paper. You know what I mean?
I keep saying that, man. Got to get that man 20, 25 carries, man, for him to be effective. See, backs like him,
Right.
they need that many carries. That's what
Right.
it is. Because in Jacksonville, he was effective with that many carries.
Yeah. As the game went on, and I just think it's creating a very interesting dynamic in the NFC defensively, because teams want to run cover 2 on us, and they want to run 2-man. And I told you in the Miami game, we lost. We talked before the Saints game, and we lost the Saints game. We did. We should have won. But the Miami game prepared us for that Saints game because they ran a lot of man coverage, and Chris Godwin and Mike Evans were eating, because that's what Miami runs.
Crossing routes. That's how you beat man coverage.
Yeah, thank you. Crossing routes, precise releases off the line of scrimmage, playing tighter to the line of scrimmage because it's harder to press on the inside. It was just a really good design. So I'm very encouraged offensively going forward. Now, last point I want to make is about the NFL as a total. And I don't care about power rankings. I'm so glad that we've probably been playing average and we're 8-3, and people really aren't talking about us, and they're going to ride the Packers wave.
Oh yeah.
The Packers are playing really good complimentary football.
They are. Gotta give them some credit. Yeah, they are.
But guess who played really good complimentary football last season? The Packers. Like, where was the NFC Championship?
Green Bay.
In Lambeau. So they're actually one game worse than they were last year. Whatever, 14-2 last year. They already got 3 losses now, and it's just like, I get they're doing this with Jair Alexander and Zadarius Smith.
They're missing 5 starters. Like, I didn't realize this, but they're missing like really good guys, like really good players.
Yeah, the whole line.
Like they ain't winning. Like, so it's kind of like us. It's like we telling some guys, you know.
Exactly. So that's telling me our offensive line coach is really good. First of all, because you can bring in your third guard, and I didn't even realize Stinney got hurt until they said it.
Yeah,
they said it. I mean, he had a false start, and I think and DeForest Buckner got him for 1 sack in the red zone. But we ended up scoring a touchdown because we got a PI.
So you gotta remember
on that camera break.
You gotta remember about our blocking scheme. Like, people, this is one of the underrated things people don't really pay attention to. Like, when you change an offense, you change the way you block too. So like the no risky, no biscuit, you had to hold your blocks longer. You know what I'm saying? So with Brady entering the game, or entering the Bucs, the fourth quarter of last season, and pretty much most of the season, the ball come out much more quicker. So you got to factor that in too. So it's like 2 hands right there. You got one side got really quick release, and the way the scheme is, like, it's not 5 seconds, 7 step. You know, it's not a bunch of that. So you got to factor that in too. So the blocking is a much better. Also, the scheme is a lot different.
Right. And Murphy Bunton, and the last guy was saying he didn't have confidence because of that long touchdown. But I kind of saw the opposite, man. The long touchdown was clearly miscommunication on his behalf, because even Arians, I don't be trusting what Arians be talking about, but he thought Winfield was going to drop in the middle third. He did. That's the only reason you would play outside leverage on your deep third. That's the only reason.
Cover three. That's what it is.
Yeah, cover 3, and he thought, but Winfield jumped the crossing route. Winfield, to me, actually made a really good read. Murphy Bunton has to see that, and he probably gets an interception. But he thinking Winfield's going to drop. Yeah, communication. So I didn't even beat him up over that, because there has been a stark difference in our secondary since he's come back. Yes, we gave up the most points in a half to the Colts yesterday, but people got to remember we were preparing for their run offense all week. That's what we were preparing for. We said, hey, look, Carson Wentz is going to have to make throws. To his credit, he did in the first half. See, we put the ball and we put the game in his hands, and what happened? What happened was supposed to happen. The guy that has led the NFL in turnovers combined last year and this year, or not even this year, but last year, led the league in turnovers. He showed his true colors. The interception was a badly thrown ball, but I give our front a little credit because they moved him off the spot. He had to go a little bit to the right, and Sue was coming, or I think it was Sue. He was coming.
Sue, yeah.
Made him look a little bit, and he definitely underthrew it because that's just 5'9" and 6'4", bro. That should never be an interception. That should never be
poorly thrown. It was a poorly thrown ball, man.
Yeah.
Poorly thrown.
Yeah, but I'm encouraged going forward. I want to see what Carlton Davis, and I think the Falcons game. It's like we get a break. We haven't had many breaks this season, but the Falcons game is the perfect game for Carlton Davis to come back because their receiving core is below average, and it's a chance for him to get his football win because we got Buffalo coming, so we know they're gonna pass the ball, right? They refuse to run. I thought we were bad last year.
They bad. They worse than us. They worse than us.
Dude, they will not run the football. Like it's unbelievable. And so this is a great game if Carlton Davis is able to go for him to come back. And I am so excited about it because he made me a believer. But that's all. That's my 2 cents, man. I just was talking about going forward. And
appreciate it, man. I'll be back on Wednesday to talk about the Falcons game. So on that too.
All right, cool. All right, man. Take it easy.
Appreciate it, Corey.
Yes, sir.
All right, he made some good points there. He said he's annoyed. he said Brady Gronkowski annoy me, and that's funny though. I mean, we see it. You know what I mean? Like I don't think you're the only one, and I pointed it out a few times. Like what's going on right there? Only 2 targets, Mike Evans. I mean, come on, man. Like gotta give him some chances, man. Like I get it, the game plan, the way the game designed, all that stuff like that. But we win in games. That's the most important thing. So I mean, we got our favorite players. We got our guys that we like. And you want to see them do good, but can't forget about the actual objective: win the game. And we gotta see what's going on, man. You wish, man. One of the shooters in the building.
Hey, what up, y'all?
What it do? What the business is? Word on the street is what?
Hey, yeah, I just want to give some clarity on our team, and I think there's just a lot of high expectations from our fans. I really think the ideas of like our defense being so trash or poor. It just really like kills me because a lot of the game is just situational football. Like you can't expect a 3rd string cornerback, 4th string cornerback
this year
to be a number 1 DB. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I mean, what are the chances? I mean, probably like 1 in I don't know how many, but like last player to probably do that is probably Antonio Brown. Coming from 6th round, just like Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's showing after round 3. After round 3, it's like, oh man, like
or undrafted receivers or DBs. You just don't see it. But I mean, I guess my point is like you're supposed to expect that. They're going to get exposed. And if it does happen, I don't mind it happening because I mean, for challenges to be defeated, you have to go through mistakes, right? And then you won't let it happen again. In most cases. I just want to point something out like that out. I also want to point out like the running game scheme. I think a lot of high expectations on that as well. But a lot of people don't understand is like Tom Brady's been in the league for 20 years. And so when you have a veteran quarterback like that, I bet you 9 out of 10, the game is designed to run first, in my opinion. But then when you see his reads, he's always changing it. It's like a different version of Peyton Manning, just maybe less
cerebral.
Yeah, just less vocal about it. It's just more like smooth with the changes. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll see him read it. And I think I heard it on a podcast one time, but like the game is designed to run the play for running backs to do either a pass to the running back or just run it up the gut or outside.
I'm gonna piggyback on that.
I mean, he's changing it.
I'm gonna piggyback on that. So one of the subtle things that Brady like to do, and I think this starts from the huddle. Remember, he has a lot of responsibility now. He has more the grasp of the action what they're trying to do, right? So Lethbridge and Arians, remember they said it last year. Hey, he actually got plays that he can call what he feels that he sees. So a lot of the times when his favorite, alert, 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 alert. When he gets in that huddle, I believe there's 2 or 3 play calls. I believe there's 2 or 3 play calls. Like if it's this, if I say alert, 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 run that, or this, we're gonna change. Like it's the subtle things that he does. So because he does it a lot. He gets to the line. Alert, alert, alert. Next play. Skip that. Next.
That's a Peyton Manning move. It ain't gonna be like Omaha. It's just alert. It's just
I caught on that. I was like, yeah, he changed it every time he does it.
He's doing that, and I think I want people to know that like yes, we should run. I believe in it. I think our running backs have the capability of doing so. I think the last gentleman pointed out an emphasis on Rojo, being electrifying and explosive.
Yes.
And the blocking scheme that he has is really just poor. I mean, Giovanni Bernard is probably way better than Rojo in blocking. But the one thing I think that people don't understand with Rojo is I don't think he picked the holes right. Like Lenny Fournette. I think Lenny Fournette has a better decision making when it comes to picking the holes. Because if you ever notice, like when Rojo is running, he's just running into a wall sometimes. It's just like, what are you doing? Like, you got all this power and speed, just go outside and pick it to the hole, or be patient, because you got the explosion, you got the acceleration,
100 miles an hour,
and he can do it. And so, I mean, maybe that's why Bruce Arians is not really confident in Rojo, not just on the blocking scheme.
That's 2 coaching staffs, though. That's 2 coaching staffs. That's not a good sign. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 coaching staffs, 2. It's like, nah. Peyton Barber, what? Peyton Barber.
Wait, wasn't that Peyton Barber our first year with Bruce Arians? I think it was Peyton Barber and no, who was it? It was Peyton Barber and
Peyton Barber, Ronald Jones,
and Rojo. Yeah,
he started Peyton Barber over Ronald Jones. Nobody like, oh no, people try to pay. Oh my, you know what? Let me leave it alone.
Let's get rid of that guy.
Jesus Christ.
Another thing too, I want to mention with Mike Evans. I'm a fantasy owner with Mike Evans. Sometimes I do get upset because, like his performance is not there. But I also understand, and I truly understand. No, I mean, he's still good. Don't get me wrong.
He's still good. It changed though. The quarterback, the type of quarterback now. We had the previous quarterback, Winston, was, hey, go ahead. I'm throwing you the damn ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Brady's not that type of quarterback. He's like, no.
Well, then we got 2 factors in it. It ain't just Mike Evans. I think the idea, though, is like throwing the ball down the field is not easy, first of all. And we do got an older quarterback. Can I see Tom Brady doing that every play? No. Probably Jameis Winston will beat him with throwing the ball down the field like that.
Yeah.
I think, though, if you notice, like Carson Wentz, he tried to throw the ball down the field to Michael Pittman. That was a bad throw. Same thing with Tom Brady. He threw it down the field with Miller. Bad throw.
The further you throw the ball, the harder it is to become accurate.
Absolutely. And there's a drop velocity to it too. Yes. And especially if you don't have that arm like you used to 10 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Only quarterbacks that can throw the ball like that obviously would be
Rodgers,
somebody like Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers.
Deshaun Watson's pretty good with that too.
From Arizona.
Yeah.
Like Russell. I don't see a lot of quarterbacks actually excelling well throwing the ball that down the field and making sure that it's over the receiver so they can have a chance to get it. Because it's not easy. Even Carson Wentz, he's young and he can't even do that. He did it one time with Pascal.
So it's like from 0 to 10, the NFL average is probably like 63, 64% completion percentage, on average. Yeah. And after like that 10 to 15, 20 range, it's under 40 almost, about 40, 39. Absolutely. And then 40 plus, it's like 35, 37%. So your accuracy.
So I give the benefit of the doubt when it comes to a play overthrown, underthrown, and just not a good throw, because it makes sense. It's hard. It's not easy. Can it happen? Absolutely. I mean, he's done it before. Can it happen all the time? No. And that's one of the things I want people to understand. Another thing with Mike Evans, he's always double covered. And I hate to see it because it's true. The Saints game, we demolished the the Saints quarterbacks because there was a lot of man-to-man coverage. Probably one safety deep helping out, maybe two sometimes.
Well, they had Michael
for the most
Jenkins
part.
drop down to cover the tight ends. You know what I'm saying? Had him drop down inside the box to cover those little small routes. And that's why you're seeing those crossing routes working. Because remember, if you're not a quick, twitchy guy, you got to try to stride away from somebody crossing the field, because you're not going to be able to just like Wes Welker or Julian Edelman or Cole Beasley. We don't have that type of receiver. We just don't have that. So we got guys that can just basically stride away.
We do with AB. He just hurt.
Oh, truthfully, you're not playing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, with Evans and Godwin, they're not the twitchy guys that Brady likes to throw to. That's why Brown was so important, because he's the quick, twitchy guy. Brady been throwing that type of receiver for years, so he's used to that. He's used to the movement of how the Edelmans and the Welker, and those type of guys that can move in short spaces and quick like that. So that's why it's so easy for him to throw the ball at Brown. That's why when Brown's playing, think about this: when the Bucs are healthy, we already hard to stop now. But when the Bucs are fully healthy, we've seen a couple games already.
Yeah,
Brown, Evans, Godwin, Gronkowski, when they all on the field, Brown, Gronkowski is like 1A, 1B. Godwin is like 1C, 2A, and Evans is like in the back. Like that's how Brady reads it. He reads it like that because a lot of his throws are right in front of him, right there. That's how he.
I agree. And
Evans is out here
again.
He's out there. That's not Brady.
And I think that's because, and then another factor, the mismatches. I truly believe Tom Brady tries to find that mismatch, which is probably the main reason why he goes for Gronk a lot, because Gronk mismatches everybody. Yeah. I don't care if you 6'5", DB.
He's a big dude.
He would still go for he
big target.
You even said it on your live. What was it? 2 days ago or yesterday? That dude was a huge human. Like he's
6'7", 270.
And not just 6'7", like his width, his mass is just ridiculous.
He's a big dude. Like running down the field. Like go ahead, dog. Like, I'm gonna throw it.
That's another thing. So I think Tom Brady does look for that mismatch first, and that's probably why he doesn't look for Mike Evans early on.
I mean,
or
how many
just
games?
Depending on the game. Depending on the defense.
The thing about it is we're winning games when Evans is getting 2 or 3 targets.
Yeah, but that depends on the defense, because if he's getting double covered all day, he's not going to go for him. That's how I see it.
That's the great thing about Brady.
That's why Marshall Lattimore, he was single coverage in Mike Evans, so Tom Brady gave him a chance. He got it. He exposed his ass twice.
He's not. There's one thing about Brady, and people don't realize this, but Brady, he's very detailed. So he knows I can't force the ball to Mike Evans. I can't do 50-50 with him, because 50-50 with Mike Evans got a lot of turnovers too. You know what I'm saying? Like going in his direction. Like the facts are there. So I believe Brady saw that and was like, I'm gonna give him his targets, but it's got to be within the situation. Like you said, situational football. Like I'm not just gonna drop back and be like, all right, I gotta get you in the game. No, that's why
he's single covered.
You see Mike Evans sometimes. You can see his body language. You'd be like, fuck, like what the heck? I can't get the ball. Like
Nah, Mike Evans just got that attitude. He just got that look that he looks
like
he's mad all the time.
Like guy. I'm open. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying he'd be like, far as from a football, like, I got this guy. You're like, I'm there. Like, what's up with it? Like, you can see the frustration. Like, I can do this. Like, but Brady, like, be patient. Be patient. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we get in the red zone, you're gonna get the rock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll tell you what though, man, when we played the Giants last week, when they double up on the red zone on Cam Brate, and Tom Brady saw that, he knew right away, I'm going to Mike Evans. Because, I mean, again, it's that mismatch and it's that defensive read that would dictate whether we're going to run the ball or we're going to go to whichever specific receiver. And I want to emphasize on those ideas of why, some of our fans get upset. Some fantasy owners get upset just because it's all situational.
So
if Tom don't see that read, he ain't going to do it.
These last 3 games, what the Bucs offense is going to face for the rest of the season: Ron Rivera pretty much say, hey, what teams were doing against Kansas City. Oh, y'all explosive, huh? Well, okay, guess what? Cover 2 shell. You're gonna have to work down the field. And that's what the Bucs gonna have to deal with for the rest of the season. They're gonna have to deal with that. That's why the running game is going to be the 7-man fronts and them 6-man fronts. Don't be surprised when they have a couple 120, 130 yard games because them fronts are light. And Brady's gonna be like, all right, we're gonna turn the ball, hand the ball off. Or we're gonna drop back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it. I'm a death by 1,000 cut you. That's what he's gonna do. Pick your poison. You want to start deep ball?
Yeah.
Cool. And Scotty Miller. What you think? I gotta ask you a question about Scotty Miller. And I think I forgot who the commentators was, but Stephen A brought it up in ESPN earlier today. When Scotty Miller's in the game, he runs one route.
It's facts.
That's it. Facts. No over the middle, no slant.
What do you say? You better put your cleats on. Somebody said that.
You better get ready to run. You better get ready to run when he in the game. Like, even if he ain't getting the ball, he's taking off.
Star cleats.
Even if he don't get the ball, guess what he's doing? He's just running.
That's
now,
true.
For whatever reason, I don't know the story behind Scotty Miller's route running and catching the ball in traffic and all that. Something's going on right there, but because they don't put him in.
That man is fast. Let me tell you.
They don't put him in no other situation as, hey, look, we're gonna run the ball, but we just want you to just take off. You know what I'm saying? We used to run play, but just take off.
That's exactly what we did with Rashad Perriman when he had his first game with us. Go route.
Yeah, like look, it's a screen pass, but just run down the field. You know what I'm saying? Like it just like you're gonna get one a game from him. One throw like that. Like, look, that's what you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how long he's gonna last in the league just with that, because that one trick stuff just doesn't stick around long. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have a little bit of something else going on there, but I don't know what's going on there. That just I find that very intriguing that he doesn't do anything else. He doesn't do anything else.
You know what? It might help. It might help Mike Evans get that look. It might help Chris Godwin get that look with those crossing routes,
right?
Or those post routes. I mean,
what a route!
Might help.
What a route tree at with come on, what a route tree. Scotty's too hotty.
Oh,
what a route tree at, man? Comebacks, curls, slants, drag routes, posts. Like,
I know Mike Evans can't do no curls, man. I wish he could, but I don't think he got the legs for that.
Look, somebody said it early in the chat room. He's VJack RIH Vincent Jackson, VJack number 2, part 2. That's exactly what he's turned it into. He's turned it into a Vincent Jackson part 2.
Without the mask.
Right.
Because he ain't as big as VJack, but you're right. You're right.
It was huge, man.
Oh, yeah.
God, like, but because the old receivers like that, the older they get, they're much easier to cover because they was built on striding and there never was great with separation. They just out muscle you and all that. How often do you see receivers like
out jump you? Like
remember Alshon Jeffrey? Remember him?
Oh yeah.
Didn't age well. Like he had about a 4-year window. It's like, God, Alshon Jeffrey's a beast. And then he hit a cliff. You know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't separate, and he just wasn't explosive enough. And Mike Evans, the good thing that's gonna save Mike Evans is what allowed Vincent Jackson to keep going, even not at the highest level, but still be productive, is he can still run a route, like, down the field, the 17-yard per catch type guy, the big body, red zone guy. That's what Mike Evans is going to be still valuable, in his later years, in the 20, because his body doesn't say he's going to last till 30, as far as like at a high level. He's gonna fall off, but not a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna be productive, but it won't be that 1,500 yard, 1,300 yards.
I don't know if I lost you.
I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello. Oh, I guess I lost him. Yeah, but Mike Evans, man, he's not gonna age super bad, but his body type, it ain't gonna be like super explosive at like 29, 30. Yeah, hello.
Oh, my bad. I had a phone call and it kicked me out.
Yeah, but not a lot of receivers his size don't do good after 30. Like they just don't.
No.
It just don't happen. Like even like AJ Green is explosive, and he's after 30. And look at it, he's more explosive than Mike Evans, and he's there. He's still productive. But
That's true. And
so
I see him do a lot of the crossing routes and the slant curl routes.
So Evans what?
Post.
Evans what? 27, 28, 27, right? 27. So he got
28. He
got about 2 years, maybe a year and a half at this level. Like after that, it's like don't act like don't expect no super duper seasons from him. History shows that. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. So be grateful that he's 2014 draft class. He's been around. He's a ring of honor. He's gonna get that.
Absolutely.
Hands
He'll
down.
He'll be able to retire really well down here in Tampa.
He can walk around Publix and get a Cuban sandwich from Picados and all that.
Local commercials.
10 wings and fries. He can go any way he want to go. But
absolutely.
But we got to be thankful to have a guy, because our receiving history hasn't been great. Go back and look at it. It's like Mark Carrier. We had Joey Galloway for a little bit. Tim Brown. Not Tim Brown. We had Galloway. Mark Carrier.
What's that dude, Clayton?
Mark Clayton.
He had a 1 year, one shot. That's really it.
Our receiving history hasn't been bad, so it's great that we got it. We were able to keep him throughout his career. We got all of his prime. Keyshawn Vaughn. Keyshawn Johnson. We had Mike Evans his entire prime. Like he didn't go to another team and put up big numbers. No, everything. It's ours. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see him. To me, I don't see Mike Evans on another team. I think this is like he's not gonna be like, I'm gonna go over here and ring chase. That's not him. I don't think that's him. Like he's too like, look, if I ain't productive no more, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion though. I don't see
I'll give him another 2 years tops.
So that's 30.
2 years.
At 30. Do you see him on another team though? I just don't see it.
I do. I think a lot of the veterans receivers, they still got bills and things that, on the personal side they have to maintain. And I think they will switch up just to get that income. I mean, it's understandable. I mean, we're talking about careers right here, so
I hope
they gotta sustain their life.
I hope he stay a Bucs. A Bucs.
I will say though, Mike Evans will do well playing, like Twitch, like streaming, like Call of Duty or Fortnite, because he knows a lot of Zeckler is another one.
They all play.
Mike Evans, he'll be playing with like Nick Merckx and
they all play. They all play games.
Famous Twitch streamers. He'll be making money doing that too.
Yeah, like them guys on them games, they a beast. Like they look. They play football for a living, but trust me, they like look in the off season. That's all I'm doing, playing games.
You know who Max Holloway is, the UFC fighter?
Yeah.
So he's the same thing.
He's good at it too.
I mean, he's a dominant beast when it comes to UFC fighting. He'll get those big old bruises in his face and everything, and go home the next day. He's just killing it in the games. A
lot of those guys are beasts at Call of Duty, at Fortnite. Like they onto my building like crazy. Like how do you build like that? Like,
hands and claws.
Like I mean, some of those guys probably play on PC. I don't think they do a controller. I think they PC guys. It's not building like that.
Controller gang all day.
Yeah, but modified though. Is it modified? Or is it regular controller?
Yeah,
really?
Regular. A lot of them is. But hold on, I'm getting distracted here.
Like PC, I could like when I play Fortnite, I could tell a PC guy. Like, come on, man. Like you a PC guy. I could tell how you playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess just I've been playing for a while, so it's like, yeah, that's a PC guy. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell if it's a PC guy by their movements,
right?
More than anything, maybe moving like they're cracked out.
Right, like wait a minute. And I hate the aimbot. Oh gosh.
Oh man, the Amoses.
Oh Jesus. That's a whole nother story, but a lot of those guys.
Exactly. We got a whole nother segment for that.
Yeah, a lot of those guys are good at those games, man. Like because they played it in college. They started in college. They just kept playing, and especially in
helps them keep them out of trouble.
Yeah, live and Madden. They're really good at those games. They're really good at Madden and live. They're really good at sports games. Like, okay, 21 up,
Mhm.
sticks up, So
Absolutely. I mean, it's just a whole new segment. We could talk on that.
right.
But
Donovan
I
Smith
just
played
wanted
Fortnite. Donovan Smith played Fortnite.
Donovan Smith, really? Number 76?
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to
Donovan
look
Smith.
that
It's Donovan Smith now. It's not 76.
up.
He got his name back. Oh, you know
That's
what?
true. He earned it.
One more good game by number 98. He'll get his name back.
Oh, okay.
Number 98 has been playing well. I've been watching him. He's been, you know what? And I forgot to talk about this. Let me give a shout out, 2 shout outs. What's same in the same circle, same bubble. Joe Tryon and Anthony Nelson are getting number 98 is getting more time on the field. For some strange reason, Todd Bowles, I don't know what took him so long, but he needed to play the young guys, fresher legs, more active. Number 98 getting back there. Joe Tryon is causing havoc. Like, what took so long? Like, what the heck?
That's true. And you know what? I would emphasize more on that because I do see Joe Tryon get it in, and he's
get it
fast.
Yeah.
But you know what I see also? He be losing his balance when he's like so close. And it's just two left, two right, and two forward.
He learning. He learning.
Yeah, man.
He's young, but
to work on those legs this season.
Low key, I'm gonna say it like this. Low key, he's our most explosive pass rusher.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. 100%. And Shaq Barrett too, but
the movement different, man. It's just different.
Yeah.
Like they put Joe Tryon at D tackle.
Oh,
on
yeah,
passing
I think
downs.
you're right.
On passing downs, and he be like, I'm like, yo, that dude be getting back there, man. Like that dude be getting back there. Like he's just so wiry. He's wiry.
I don't know if it has anything to do with being off to college for a whole season. Maybe,
but his
something
build
to do with that.
But look at his build. He's long.
Oh yeah,
he's
so young. His muscles are still growing.
I think
he'll be much bigger.
His frame. Okay, I'm gonna give you a comp. It might be a reach, but I'm gonna give you a comp. They don't use him the same as Joe Tryon, but if he get a little more muscle on him, I'm just saying,
He'll have more balance.
Got a Myles Garrett feel to him. Got this frame.
Ooh, I don't know. Myles Garrett is he was born to be big.
No, I'm just saying. When Tryon fill out, just look at him with like 20 more pounds. Like when he gets, more grown man body.
Yeah.
6'5", 6'6", about 260, explosive. It's JPP gone, and you put him on the edge full time. Let him go. He gonna get a lot of sacks, man. He gonna be hard to block.
I think the objective is to have him gain weight and then create more balance, maybe like balance workout.
Right.
He is set
because he can play
ripping.
He can play up and down the line. That's the difference between him and Myles Garrett. He can play inside and outside. See, Myles Garrett is a straight up outside guy. He's ineffective inside. He's ineffective.
And his motor is unstoppable. He keeps going.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if it was this week or last week. There was one play where he was going in for the QB rush, whatever, and I think they tossed it to the running back, and he literally ran back and got the running back. It was crazy. I think it was like 15 yards for catching up. And
good catch. Javon Kearse. There we go. That's a good one.
I can see that. Javon Kearse was bigger though, but I could see that.
No, when Javon Kearse came straight to the league, he was about Joe Tryon size. He was slim, but he was
he gained weight then.
He gained weight. So there's some comps there for his ceiling. He got a high ceiling. How about that? He has a high ceiling.
I can absolutely see that.
He has a high ceiling and a high floor. So even if he don't turn out to be a high end pass rusher, he's still gonna get you that 8 sacks. Like that high floor. He still get you some sacks because he might not.
And a lot of pressures.
He gonna have a lot of that. He gonna have a lot of that. And see, the Bucs got to be able to on that D line. And in 2022 draft, they got to get another guy. They did the guys. We got old guys. McLennan, Rocho, Roches Nunez, Sue, Golson. They're over 30. They're all of them. You got to get some Jordan Davis sitting right there. You can find a way to get Jordan Davis from Georgia. You got to get another young stud in the middle. I can see losing JPP. We're obviously going to keep Shaq and we're going to keep Joe.
I could see your point, getting another D tackle or nose tackle.
Got to.
Just
We
to
need some
help
guys in
Vita
the
Vea.
middle. No, we need a pass rushing D tackle, not a run stuffer. We need a pass rushing D tackle, a guy that can get some sacks from that position. Like,
Yeah.
we know what Vita gonna do. He gonna eat some blocks up, but we need another guy, because if you look at Jeffrey Simmons and Ed Oliver, they're turning the corner. They're turning the corner as far as young inside interior pass rushers. I've been watching them too. I'm like, we need a guy like that. A young guy, might take a year or year and a half, but oh yeah, him and Joe Tryon with Shaq Barrett. Oh man.
I agree.
I'm telling you that's a key position the Bucs need to address in the offseason. I'm telling you. Watch.
Yeah, because I think we got Sue for one more year or this year.
No, this is like it's a 1 year.
Yeah.
So it was a one.
It
So
was
we
a
got
1 year.
JPP, Sue, Golson are all up, and Nacho as well, and McLennan. They all up for contracts.
I see us getting Nacho back though. McLaren, I can see him go, but definitely, I think Vita Vea's last year too. But we could do a rookie
they picked
extension.
they picked up his option, 50 option.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah.
So I probably missed out on that.
So we got we'll deal with
but
him
I
in
can see getting
2023.
another DT.
God,
I
that's
see another DT on the draft.
It's like that's the position of need. Like, we need that.
Yeah.
We need D line. Remember now, the
That
trenches.
that pass rush is sometimes horrendous, but it'll pick up
Our
sometimes.
pressure rate without blitzing is one of the worst in the NFL. Now with blitzing, we're good when pressure with blitzing, but without blitzing, that pressure percentage is like
Horrendous.
bruh. Like,
Mm-hmm.
can we get some more pass rushes, please? Because when we got to
They
drop
don't
back,
even be like the best solid like offensive tackles and guards that we be going against. Like I think the Washington game, we were getting no pressure, like no pass pressure, and it was hard to see. But
yeah,
I
we're
mean,
we're
we'll
gonna be
figure it
fine.
out.
Like I like the last couple drafts have been great. You know, as a Bucs fan, we've sat through some bad
We've been
drafts.
chewing out a lot of those options though. Dalvin
You know.
Cook, he got hurt, he's done.
It was a shoulder. I seen the play. Yeah, it got separated. I don't know. Is he out for the season?
Or no, maybe IR, but dislocated it. Yeah,
I seen.
Usually
remember,
that takes a while to heal, man. You got the
I see-
bruises, you got the muscle. It hurts.
yeah, the cartilage around and everything. So I seen the play when he got hit because I was flipping back and forth, and on my phone and all that. So I seen it, and I was like, damn, is it a leg? But it was actually shoulder because they had to cart him off. I'm like, is that a leg injury?
Yeah.
No, it was a shoulder. I was like, it was that bad. So our IR is 3 games, minimum 3 games, probably
Minimum.
6, minimum 3 to 6 weeks, whatever. But yeah, I point out some guys that we probably could have got. Like, we could have got that guy, like Antonio Gibson. If you really
I'll give you all the credit that we could have picked up that dude from the Washington Redskins.
he was there. He was right there. Keyshawn Vaughn.
No, was it McKissick? We could have got McKissick too. But what was the other one?
Keyshawn Vaughn.
Yeah.
DJ Dallas.
agree.
DJ Dallas. Antonio Gibson. McKissick.
Zach Ross, wash.
AJ Dillon. Jonathan Taylor. They said, we really wanted Jonathan Taylor,
Before we got the chance to get him.
they was like, well, we if Tristan Wirfs wasn't there, we would have. No, you wouldn't have. You would have picked the O-lineman. You would have picked up Jadarick Willis, because if Tristan would have got picked up, you would have picked up Jadarick Willis. You would have got one of them linemen. You would have got
both great. They're both great.
Jadarick plays left tackle. Premier
The
position.
Browns, right?
Yeah, he's a beast. Pro Bowl guy. So we would have got.
I think all those linemen in the first round great.
The only one that's taking a while is Andrew Thomas, but he's getting there.
I think he's still great. You talk about the guy from Georgia. Where'd he go?
He went right before Tristan. He went to the Giants, number 10.
Oh yeah, and he got hurt.
We would have got one of them. I don't care what we looked at Jonathan Taylor. I don't care about all that. You would have got a lineman. You would have got one of the big 4. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me that crap.
I said Tristan Wirfs the whole time. I was like, we need to get worse.
I was
said it.
comfortable.
I called it.
I was comfortable with all of them because I had my rankings. It's based on what my eyes tell me. But I was comfortable with any one of them because I said I had I think I had Andrew number 1, and I think I had Jadarick number 2, and Mekhi Becton can't stay healthy, injury prone. Naturally, so they was all in that same bubble. So it didn't matter to me because I knew Iowa produces good linemen anyway. You know what I'm saying? They do. They got a history of producing good linemen and D linemen too. But I was comfortable with any lineman. But don't give me this. Well, we had Jonathan Taylor on the draft board. We would, if he was slipped up, we would have got him. Well, why didn't you trade back in the second round, up in the second round to get him if you really wanted him? How about that?
Yeah, we're making moves to get Robert Aguayo. We can make moves to do that. But you know, I noticed, what's his name? Our GM, he don't really like to trade. I don't think he likes to give up so much capital. I mean, I've noticed. The only trade we did was for Rob Gronkowski. Other than that, when did we trade?
No, we trade. Well, are we talking about like outside of the draft? Because in the draft, he traded back one spot.
He don't trade.
No, he did. Actually, he did. He traded back. I'll give you a couple. So he traded back one spot to get Tristan. You know, I mean, traded up. I'm sorry, he traded up to get Tristan in front of. He took San Francisco spot.
Okay, you know what? I lied. I do remember too. He traded back to get Vita Vea as well.
And then with the draft class of Murphy Bunton and Jamel Dean and Mike Edwards, remember we traded to get was it Jamel Dean? I think because we had 2 second rounders, and then Mike Edwards was the third round. So he made some trades, and then of course the infamous Roberto Aguayo.
So he would trade down, but would he trade up?
Not a lot. If he was to do that, he's not known to do that. You know,
he'll trade down. He'll be like, all right, give me some picks,
but
I'll give you this.
If you really wanted Jonathan Taylor, you could have traded up in the second round.
He could have
to get him.
Jonathan Taylor is a golden ticket. He's another planet animal.
In the second round, I was literally sitting there like, look at all these running backs. Let's see if the Bucs get one. It was right there. Like, okay, get one of them. Just one of them. All of them. Swift is good. Akers is good. Taylor's good. J.K. Dobbins good. Like, they all good. I'm like, just get one of them. No, they got Antoine Winfield Jr. Great. You know, I was like, cool. And then in the third round, you get this guy. Like, oh, man. Like.
Facts. Yeah, I thought he was decent too, but then you know,
I'm an SEC guy.
Show up.
I'm an SEC guy. I was like, no, he's a faster version. He's a faster version of Peyton Barber.
And he's smaller too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why did you pick third round picks are important? Third round picks are important. Those are borderline starters, man.
We can't give up on that. We'll see how it goes this year. I mean,
once again, there's a couple running backs sitting out there in the draft class. Like, just get one.
We're gonna get quarterback. Isaiah Watch.
No, we're gonna get another
second round.
Another receiver or another cornerback. Yeah.
I could see another cornerback because our depth for cornerback is so thin.
But I could
see
that. Get that in the third, fourth round though. I'm talking about the first 2 rounds. Get one. Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker.
I vouch for DT first round.
Yeah.
I vouch for cornerback.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe
DT.
third. You're right. Third, fourth round.
Yeah, DT. Gotta be a DT.
Second round, I vouch for a wide receiver.
But don't sleep on the O-line because Jensen and Kappa is up for contract. Don't sleep on the O-line. Just stay tuned for that.
We can get rid of Kappa. We got Stinney.
Expendable, right? All right. But if I'm just saying, just stay tuned for that. That don't sleep on that possible O-line in the first 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Like because of how it's structured. Because Jensen's gonna still want to get a little bit of money, right? You know, he's still one of the top centers, right? You know, like he's top 5, top 7.
But
right?
we could use. So the funny thing about this contract is a lot of these players that are about to go, we haven't actually done 1-year deals with them.
No.
So we can still do like a 1-year deal, give them 10 mil, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at least it doesn't exploit our cap because what really exploits our cap is the long-term deals.
The beautiful thing about having a lot of good players is it's a gift and a curse. They're good young players, but eventually you got to sign them. You got to sign them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it sucks, but it's gift and a curse. Like if you look at the next couple years, you know, Devin White, Vita Vea, Carlton Davis, Chris Godwin, you know, these are guys that we drafted, and these guys are not slouches at their position, and they're gonna want to get kind of paid in the top 10 at their position.
I agree.
That ain't cheap. And I'll be trying to tell Bucs fans, hey, we could sign this guy. We could sign him. Do you understand the cap? Like they, you know, they got the Madden mentality. Oh, we just bring everybody back, sign everybody back to the contract. The cap going up. If the cap go up, that means the player money go up.
And they've been doing a lot of like structures with bonuses.
Yeah, so incentive, heavy incentive. But remember, if you're paying top 10 by position, so that's Carlton Davis, Vita Vea, Chris Godwin, Devin White.
You know what? The contract probably hit hard for Carlton because he got hurt. So when we do the whole like, hey, let's negotiate, we probably don't have to exploit so much money for him. We might want to do a 1-year deal. Like I'm saying, like these 1-year deals we haven't done for a lot of the players. Maybe some players
young guys, though, we're talking about young guys. Young guys don't really do it. Like you franchise guy, but you don't give a young guy a 1-year deal.
That's not how it works. Young. He got about we did a tag.
Franchise.
We did a tag.
And you got to pay the franchise top 5 position franchise tag. Well, you don't franchise somebody at $9 million at a position. It depending on the position. So when he got franchised, it was like 15-16 million, and then he turned around and got 19 million a year. So Godwin got franchised 15.2 million. His market value is 18, 19. You see what I'm saying? Like Carlton Davis' market value is over 10. His market value is over. See, and I'll be trying to tell people this. I'm like, don't be surprised. You don't get everybody. You can't.
I agree.
You can't get them all.
I agree. But we can't get rid of a lot of the players that we really don't need. I don't think we need OJ.
Oh, he got it. He out of there. Yeah. Number 80.
I don't think we need Cam.
He's out of there. Cam, you know what's so crazy? We might be able to get everybody back, but it's going to be interesting. At the tight end position, $19 million tied up.
That's big. That's what I'm saying. We cut ties. We might keep OJ because we can still do a tag on him. We can get rid of Cam Brake though.
He make it 6.5.
Open up a lot. I would open up a lot.
When I seen the numbers, I was like, $19 million at the tight end position? Yeah. Like, whoa, 2 of them guys got to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's at least, 13 million?
Yeah, I can see getting rid of OJ and Cam, and then we just pick up somebody from free agent. Kind of like what we did with, what's his name, Darren Fells?
Yeah.
We'll pick somebody up and fill up for Gronk, because I can see Gronk coming back. He might want more money, and I think he deserves it as long as he doesn't get hurt. Well, especially with Tom Brady, he's going to want him.
The NFL stands for not for long, so everybody want to get paid.
Not for long.
You got to get paid because you only get so many contracts. You can't keep doing these franchises. Look, you want to sign me, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Trade me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking no back-to-back franchises. You know what I'm saying? You can't franchise Chris Godwin again. Somebody on the open market, Chicago Bears, gonna be like, hey, Chris, 19.5.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we get some trades. I wouldn't.
Ooh, we have some of them. We have an opportunity to not rebuild, but reload. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can get some picks, like we got some guys that you could be like, let me get that first round there in the third round. Like Chris Godwin, we can get a sign and trade. Like, we can do something, if it doesn't work out. I hope it does. You know what I'm saying? But kicking the can down the road, you're gonna end up like the Saints.
Yeah.
You kick the can down the road, you're gonna end up like the Saints because you're gonna have to pay them at some point. You're gonna have to pay Evans and Brady. They moving the contract around, but they don't lose the money. It just get pushed.
We'll be all right.
At some point, you're gonna have to pay them.
We'll be all right. I think the main focus would be like maintaining the offense, and then our defense could be,
trenches, man. Get them trenches right.
And I think the trenches we could focus on being young down there too.
Forgot Donovan Smith got a big extension too. He's getting paid.
That could be reworked though, but he's actually doing well. He's playing to
good.
His expectations for his contract.
It could be reworked by kicking the can down the road.
Yeah,
that's how you do it. Like,
that's a sweet deal, and bonuses too. So
yeah,
that's exactly what they did with Mike Evans. Hey, I'm gonna give you some bonus, and then we'll rework it.
We're gonna spread your cap. We're gonna spread your cap hit. For the back. You know what I'm saying? And I think they can do it. It's just gonna be tough though. It's gonna be tough because remember, teams are gonna throw money at Davis and Godwin. They're gonna throw money at them. They're gonna be like, look, Carl, do you want 15?
AB as well.
You want AB want to get paid. He got money trouble. But hey, Carlton Davis, we got 13 $14 million to be our starting cornerback. What you gonna do? Chris
I
Godwin.
don't
We
think.
got
I
19
think
million.
if Carlton really wanted to stay with us, he would work down 10,
We'll
maybe
see.
9. Because remember, he got hurt, and it ain't just one time he got hurt. He got hurt multiple times throughout his career with us.
True. Well, we'll see. Well, it's
So
gonna be interesting to see how the
they're going to
Bucs
throw that at him.
the free agent class for the next couple years, the 2022 and the 2023 class. It's gonna be interesting to see who they keep. It's gonna be very
I
interesting.
do, yeah. I see it's going to be interesting too.
Here's another key. One more key. Fred Warner, Darius Leonard got big contracts. Devin White, do they give him the contract early, or do they wait?
No, we'll tag him.
He gonna be like,
Or maybe a rookie contract extension like Vita Vea.
50 options. Well, he gonna be like, well, those guys got a big contract, before they rookie
But
contract.
is he playing like them?
Hell no.
Hell
no.
Well, but
Hell,
hey, we
not
like you. You really good, but are you playing like him?
Not
you
even
get like
close.
160 tackles a year?
Not even
A
close.
season?
Yeah, it's levels, but he's not far behind. I mean, it's about like this,
You're going to want a little taste of it, though. I can see it. But I'm
But those-
telling you, like, I think a lot of the starters that we have now set examples doing one-year contracts. Sue, AB, Gronk.
Mm-hmm. But those veterans, though, they're veterans, though. We're talking about young
True.
guys.
Even Sherman. But think about it, because even Chris Godwin, young, but 1-year tag, right? So
Yeah.
I'm thinking they set an example for the other players to actually want to extend that as well, doing the 1-year tag. And you're playing with Tom Brady. So that's another thing. Like, you're not going to be going in the team that's not going to show, a poor season, or it's not going to make it to the playoffs. That's another thing that people don't understand is when you take a team to the playoffs, your contract is going to give you a bonus just for going to the playoffs.
Yeah. One thing I will say is, and the last thing I'll say about as far as contracts in the NFL, and NFL is all fun. It's all great. When you win, those guys are at the, at the top of the food chain when it comes to football, right? Only like
you got to get paid.
Only like 1% make it. So these guys want to get paid. I get it, the Tom Brady thing and all that. That's cute. And you got a Super Bowl. But they still want to get paid. It's a business.
But going to the playoffs will give you some bonus. So
going to the playoffs
won't do that for you.
Going to the playoffs gets you extra money on the open market too. Because if we go back-to-back Super Bowls, your market value is even higher.
Yeah, absolutely.
And winning back-to-back, that's for the coaching too. Byron Leftwich, Todd Bowles, teams are going to be like, hey, y'all won back-to-back Super Bowls, so guess what? We want some of that energy. Todd Bowles, you want to coach the job? Byron Leftwich, you want to coach the Bears with Justin Fields? Your money, your market, your value goes up, so you have to look at it from both perspectives. We got to look at it from both sides. It's good for the team to keep the guys, but also your market value go up. The better you play and the more you win, and you up for contract, you got to strike. To me, you strike when the iron's hot. Look, the Bucs, hey, give me the money. Let's just work out a deal. But you only get 1 or 2 contracts. That's it. Because an injury can happen and it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So no 1-year deals is risky. Like,
that same thing with Carlton. So
gotta get that. Gotta get 4 years.
I'm really interesting and intrigued about what's going to happen with Carlton, because again, he got hurt so many times. Not saying he's not tough, and not saying he can't ball. He's a great player and he's very tough. It's just that's going to be thrown into the papers and be like, look, man, in comparison,
everything's going to be
the durability's not there, man.
Yeah, everything's going to be even with Vita Vea too.
That's true.
Everything's going to be looked at. Everything, and if I say this, like, look, for me, it's not Super Bowl or bust, but the expectations is, of course, the playoffs, win your division, playoffs, and all that. If we get a Super Bowl and we win, that's 2 in a row. Everybody value goes up. That's open for contract. Everybody value goes up. Every team in the NFL that needs, got needs, is going to come to the Bucs and going to be like, hey, we want some of your front office guys, your capologists. We're going to want your assistant GM, your assistant head coach.
That's true, because a lot of people will pick up a lot of the Patriots player after they win Super Bowls when their contract is up, and they will give them big contracts, and they won't show up. At least they get paid.
You've seen it. So look, it's good for us that our team is winning, but the other side of it, it puts more spotlight as far as he up for contract. Guess what? Yeah, we'll give you $20 million. You want to come over here? You know what I'm saying? Like,
$20 million in 5 years. I don't want that.
I would say this: Godwin's going to get paid, regardless whether it's with the Bucs or he's going to get paid. You got to pay him.
You think so?
You got to pay him. You got to pay him. Somebody gonna pay him. Somebody gonna pay him. Bucs or somebody. Somebody gonna pay him.
But Chris Godwin can be replaced. I'm not saying he's the best or he can be replaced. I'd pick up Allen Robinson. Give me Allen Robinson.
He gonna want like 15 million. But
look at it though, like Allen Robinson, they don't need Allen on board. They already got Mooney, right?
Mooney, nice.
He outshined Allen this season. Yeah. Could be a quarterback issue, but Allen Robinson will come to the Bucs. Guaranteed.
As a Bucs fan, I'm expecting with all the success, I'm expecting some guys to be like this. From whether it's coaching staff, front office, to the coaching staff, or even some of the guys on the team. I'm not expecting everybody to be back. Wishful thinking, but I don't expect everybody to come back. No way.
I don't. I can see a lot of players being replaced. That's the thing people don't understand. Players are replaceable.
I'm mentally
preparing. They want to keep them, but players are replaceable.
I'm mentally preparing for some guys to leave. Like, if you leave, all right. I'm not gonna be like, I don't rock with you no more. And I'm not gonna do that.
Nothing but love.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, appreciate the time you were here. I'm gonna make a video about it. We'll talk about it in the locker room. Look, wish you the best endeavors. I'm not gonna be hating and be like, he over there. Nah. Look, big ups to you and your family. Congratulations on the contract. I wish you well. You always be part of the Bucs family. You know what I'm saying? Yada. I'm not gonna be one of them hateful Bucs fans. And, forget you and you trash. Nah. I wish bad on you. I wish you get hurt.
I don't know why people be riding hard, hating on Jameis like that. Like, come on, Jameis he tried. He tried. So
that is a whole it's deeper than rap. I don't know what's
so weird. Like,
it's a weird dynamic. Media, national media, Bucs fans. It's like, what is the issue here? Like, it's a lot. I see a lot of sometimes it looks like it's past football. Like, what's going on? Did he do something to y'all or something? Like, what's going on here? Like, because I don't wish nothing bad on any player in general. But some of the stuff I've seen from Bucs fans about him, I'm like, damn, like,
that's pretty bad.
All right? Like, what's what, did he hit you or something? Like, did he?
I don't know, man. Either way, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't mean to take up so much of your time.
But locker room about to be closed anyway. You're the last one. That's why I let you rock. You're the last one. That's why I ain't put nobody in the locker room. I was like, we're gonna rock this out. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, man.
One of the shooters. So OG.
Absolutely. I was like 4 years strong. So.
Yeah. So you kind of got. No, it works like that. Put the work in, folks. Hey, put the work in, folks. You get a lot of time.
Absolutely. Comment. Don't hate. I see those comments.
Yeah. Don't do that.
You on timeout.
Yeah, man. Quickly. We won't play that. But I appreciate it, man.
But hey, no, on the real, happy holidays to you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
Be safe, and everybody else in the chat room. And nothing but love. All right, y'all.
Appreciate it. You wish, man. All right, folks. There you have it. That was the last person in the locker room. The locker room is now closed. Everybody's out the shower, putting their clothes on, drying up. I'm about to jump in the shower, wrap it on up. Thank y'all for joining another episode of Locker Room Talk with your host, Bucko's Locker, aka Isaiah. However you want to switch that. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank y'all for coming out. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. And don't forget to hit the notification bell icon. Y'all know if you hit the bell icon, you won't miss this type of stuff. It's a lot of love in the locker room, man. And we can agree to disagree. We love each other. We can hate each other. But most importantly, you got to respect each other too. At the end of the day, it's football. We're fans. We're not on the field. All right. So, with that being said, I want y'all to fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag. Hashtag no risky, no biscuit. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag bombs away. Hashtag what you doing. And hashtag the NFC South is ours. I'll see y'all Wednesday. We're going to talk about them Falcons and what they're going to do. See y'all later.